Penny, it's been a while. Are you doing all right? What, Anna? Huh? What kind of reaction is that to me? Shouldn't you be a bit more happy to hear from an old friend of yours? Well, you should understand why I'd be reacting to you like that, but since you don't, that must mean you don't remember all that you did around me back in the day. What are you talking about? Ugh. Do you have a reason for talking to me again? I would really like you to hurry this up and tell me what you want. Oh, that's right. Well then, let me get right to it. Actually, I'm pregnant with your husband's baby. What? My husband's baby? Wait, who are you talking about? Oh, come on now. I'm talking about your company president husband, Penny. Jack. What? Jack? That's right. In other words, I got a very good taste of your husband these past few weeks, and now I am carrying our baby. Hold on a second. Anna, didn't you get married just last year or something? You were going all over bragging about how you'd be getting married to an elite from a very powerful company based in New York City, right? Whatever happened to him? Oh, you're talking about that? He and I broke up. Well, I should probably say divorced, but we weren't together all too long, so it just felt like a breakup. What? Why? Why did you divorce him after all that bragging? Oh, you don't know the reason behind it? The reason for that was because I started to go out with Jack. What? I didn't want for my last man to start throwing a fit about how I'd be cheating on him, because then he'd want something like a settlement from me. So I gave him some fake reason and then told him I was leaving. And right after that was when I got into bed with Jack. Well, I suppose that this time I'll have to pay you some kind of settlement, but that's where Jack will step in and help pay it off for me. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you that I am carrying his baby. I knew it would be something like this. How many people has it been now, Anna? How many people has what been? I'm talking about how many people's partners have you stolen now. I happen to know around 10 people already that you've done that to. How many more men are you going to steal from different women before you're done with that crap? Do you have any idea how many women you've already gone and hurt? And this time is the worst yet. You're talking about how you didn't even really steal him, but slept with him and got pregnant while he's still married. You pull yourself together and stop being such a whore. Hold on, it's not my fault that I just so happen to be a very powerful woman. Huh? If you guys all don't want to be losing your boyfriends or husbands to me, then you have to become an even stronger woman than I am. That's all there is to it. What the hell? I have no clue how you're able to think of yourself that way. Oh my, oh my. So is this what happens when someone's about to be thrown away? I guess Jack has a good reason to push you aside now and why he's decided to impregnate me. What the hell are you trying to do, Anna? You married your last husband because of his money, but then you got that divorce to come after Jack? I honestly can't even imagine what your end goal is or if there's even one to begin with. There isn't one, to be honest with you. The reason I stole Jack from you is because I liked him and wanted his child. I only ever go out of my way to steal a man from someone else once I've started to like them. Well, if you want a word that describes it, let's call it my love instinct. Well, how about instead of listening to whatever love instincts you have going on there, you start to think about the ethics of what you're doing? Now, since I've gone and proved to you that I've stolen your husband, would you please take your sorry butt and move out of that gorgeous mansion for me? What? Oh, I can't believe it's already happening. I never thought that I'd be able to get myself a man that would offer me such a wonderful mansion to go live in. This is like a dream come true. Oh, and don't forget to divorce him when you get the chance. I don't care how much of a sore loser you want to be. Get that divorce so that you're not hampering my marriage to him. Penny, thank you so much for getting that divorce for me. But of course, it was Jack that went and did all the paperwork regarding the divorce, so we both just had to wait around forever while you took your time signing everything. But tell me now, why? Why haven't you left that huge mansion just yet? Actually, I was just told by Jack today as he came rushing into my apartment that he has been kicked out of that mansion by you after the divorce. Could you hurry it up and leave that place already? My belly is only going to get larger and larger as every hour passes by, and I'd really like to spend the last bit of my pregnancy relaxing in that massive house. Oh, so the divorce has happened now? So you've gone and handed in your marriage papers at the courthouse, right? Well, that's great to hear. Huh? Congratulations. What are you talking about? If all you're going to do is just sit there sending me messages that make zero sense, then how about you use your time doing something productive like leaving that mansion for us? I am the one that's Jack's wife now, and that means I'm one of the owners of that house. Oh? So you still haven't come around to understanding the situation you're in? What situation are you going on about? This mansion happens to be my house. What? Which means that this house is under my name. Huh? And before me, this place was once my mom's grandparents' house, which was handed down to me over time. When I was able to inherit the family company, I was also given this house. What? Also, Jack is not my husband. He's my cousin. Your cousin? Hold on a second. But I've been inside that mansion there before. Jack brought me along with him into that place, and there he and I made love to one another. A few times we've done that now, actually. And about that, the only reason he's always brought you here is because he's been living with me. Living with you? And as for Jack's actual wife, she's out of the state right now for a while as part of a work transfer she was placed on. So while she's been out of the state and away from here, Jack has been using up all of his savings going out on dates with you while cheating on his wife. And, well, he used up too much of his savings and was no longer able to pay rent, which led to him moving in with me. What? And he'd been here ever since, freeloading off me. I mean, he is my cousin, so I wasn't just going to kick him out and make him homeless. That's why I put him in a room on the other side of this huge house. That's why you've been coming into my house and having an affair with him. So, the reason he and I have always been going into the house from one of the back doors is because I happen to be really, really good friends with Jack's wife, so he was trying his very best to keep his cheating a secret from me. Hence, the back door was always your entrance, right? But once I found out from you what was going on, I made sure to prepare things to have him kicked out of here. Honestly, I am sick to my stomach just thinking about how he'd been bringing you into my house to have sex. I know this is a bit overboard, but I am hiring some pro cleaners to come in and clean out that whole room for me now. Hold on. In other words, this means I won't be able to live in that massive house? That's what this means. And as a side note, after what's happened here, everyone in my family is cutting ties to Jack. So he will no longer be allowed back into my house or anyone else in the family's house for that matter. We can't go to anyone's house now? No way. It was my dream to move into a mansion like that and live out my life there. And that's why I made him get me pregnant. Well, that's a bit... Well, I really shouldn't even say anything about that because I don't know what to say, so no comment from me. Hey, please, do you think you can allow me to live in that mansion with you? Why would I allow that? Because I've just become your cousin's new wife, right? You'll help one of your own family members out, right? Like you did for Jack when he was in need. I told you already that the whole family has cut ties to Jack now. But I'm pregnant right now. Right now is the most important time for me to be taking care of my body and this baby. So please, I am asking you to let me come over to that house and live with you. Well, whether I was going to allow something like that or not, pretty soon here I'll be out of this mansion myself. Huh? But that place is under your name still while you're gone, right? Why can't I come live there while you're gone? Because someone else is buying this property off of me. What? You're selling the place? Yep. Why would you do something like that? Well, I started to want to sell this place after I realized that my freeloading cousin was bringing in another woman to have sex with pretty often, even though he already had a wife. Back when my grandparents were still alive, they were living here as well, and they had a lot of servers and house cleaners that would keep this place clean and comfy for us. However, now it's just me here and on occasion my parents. So that's another reason we're wanting to move out. The place is way too big for just the three of us, and we can never get around to cleaning everything. So we're selling the house. I have already found myself the next house I'm moving into, and my parents will move in with me. The place isn't all too big nor all too small. It's the perfect size for the three of us, and we won't have to worry about so many rooms anymore. I'm going to steal your husband then. Good luck with that. I don't even care if he has a lot of money or not. The fact that you've gone and ruined all my plans, I'm going to make you pay for. And I'll do that by taking your husband from you and making him mine. And considering how nice of a body I have, that'll be so frickin' easy for me. Well, you'd better be ready for the day he tells you he doesn't love you anymore. And like I was saying, good luck with that, because I don't have a husband yet. What? I'm still single. I have a fiancé, though, I'll tell you that much. Then I'm going to steal that fiancé of yours from you. No, I don't think you will. We won't know unless I've tried. You don't even have to try, though, to know the answer to that. He's with me right now looking at my phone as we have this little conversation. Huh? He already knows the true kind of person that you are. And right now he's been sitting next to me going on and on about how impossible it would be for such a toxic and shallow whore like you to steal him from me. So there you go. Huh? Also, I don't think you're in the position to be coming after me now. Why not? You just got married to Jack, right? And you also have a baby with him coming soon. There is also the thing about how Jack has around $30,000 worth of debt right now. $30,000 of debt? I'm not sure how he got into that kind of debt, but it started to come up after he began to cheat on his wife with you. What? No freaking way. All of those things he bought for me on our dates, he did so with borrowed money? You'll both also be responsible for paying a settlement to his ex-wife. Huh? He still hasn't paid her any of that? You think he can pay that off when he's already $30,000 worth of debt? For crying out loud! From what I've heard, the best way of getting that settlement paid off is to have them start taking money from your guys' income each month. So from now on, you both are going to have to try really hard not to spend any money and to work as often as you can. So that settlement, we have to actually pay that? While also paying off the debt that Jack is already in? That's right. There's also the money he'll have to give back to his ex-wife for using some of her income to cheat on her while she was out of state. That too? Well, yeah. You thought she'd let him get away with something like that too? Not a chance. That's why you'll have to start helping pay that back as well. No way. What's going on here? Jack was supposed to become my rich company president husband. Somehow, after everything that happened, Jack decided to go ahead with a plan that he had kept to himself. He didn't tell Anna about it at all. He had been making arrangements to join a new company, and the catch was that the job required him to live on site. As a result, the two of them ended up leaving town and moving away together. It wasn't a decision made out of excitement or hope, but one that felt like a forced step in their complicated lives. Anna's parents, on the other hand, were at their breaking point. When they found out what Anna had done this time, they just couldn't take it anymore. They told her they were sorry, but their patience had run out, and they severed all ties with her. The emotional weight of that moment hit Anna hard. She knew she was now completely cut off from her family, and there was no turning back. All she had left was Jack, and they were moving forward, for better or for worse. Given the situation, Anna had no choice but to stay with Jack, following him to his new life. It was the only option left. The prospect of making a fresh start with Jack, despite the mess they were in, seemed to be her only way forward. But even so, it wasn't easy. The decision weighed heavily on her, and she couldn't help but feel the pressure of everything mounting around her. After having her baby, Anna managed to get out of the house a little bit and took up a job to help with the overwhelming debt. For a brief moment, she thought she was getting a grip on things. She worked hard trying to balance motherhood and financial responsibilities, but the strain was too much. Just a few weeks later, she made the painful decision to put her baby up for adoption. In a way, it was the best choice for the baby. She knew that neither she nor Jack were in a position to give the child the life they deserved. Their financial situation was still a nightmare, and their relationship wasn't much better. They had fallen into this trap, and Anna couldn't deny that things were spiraling out of control. The cheating, the lies, the debt, it had all come to a head, and now they had to live with the consequences. It was a hard-to-face reality, but Anna and Jack were the ones who had created this mess, and they were now stuck with it. There was no escaping the truth. They had to make things work, or their world would collapse entirely. They couldn't keep running from their problems forever. Their lives were a tangled web of mistakes, and now it was time to figure out how to untangle it, even if it seemed impossible. They couldn't go back and fix everything they had broken, but they had to try and move forward, somehow. As for me, I've been spending more time relaxing with my parents at the new house we had just gotten. I had taken over managing the family company, which was a responsibility I had grown into with time. It felt good to be in control of something, to take charge of my life and move forward. Meanwhile, my fiancé was preparing to move in with us soon. It felt like everything was finally falling into place. When he arrived, the first thing we were going to do was submit our marriage papers. It wasn't going to be anything extravagant, no huge wedding or elaborate celebrations. We wanted to keep things low-key, as private as possible. The last thing we wanted was to draw attention to ourselves, especially given everything that had been happening with Anna. I couldn't help but laugh a little at the thought. The idea that Anna might hear about us getting married and somehow try to come back into the picture, coming after my fiancé, seemed almost too ridiculous to entertain. But then again, nothing about her actions had seemed reasonable lately. I didn't put it past her to try something desperate, but that didn't matter now. My fiancé and I were moving forward, and we weren't going to let anyone from the past interfere with that. Things were falling into place for me, but I couldn't ignore the mess that Anna and Jack had made of their lives. They had made their choices, and now they were left to deal with the fallout. I just hoped that they could find a way to make it work, even though I wasn't optimistic about it. People don't just get out of these kinds of situations easily. But then again, sometimes life had a way of surprising you. They would either find a way to fix what they had all broken or fall deeper into the mess they had created. Either way, it was no longer my problem. I had my own life to focus on now. I knew I had to continue building my future with my fiancé and the life we were starting together. Anna's decisions were hers to live with, just as mine were mine. We all had our paths, and I had chosen mine carefully. There was a part of me that felt bad for Anna, but it quickly faded. She had put herself in this situation, and she would have to live with it. There were only so many chances you could give someone before they had to take responsibility for their actions. While I couldn't change her past, I could focus on creating a future that I was proud of. The lessons I'd learned from my own experiences were ones I'd intended to carry with me, and they helped shape the life I was building with my fiancé. I couldn't let the mistakes of others hold me back. My life was moving forward, and I intended to keep it that way. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.